Hey guys, good morning. It is day 4 of our live stream experience of 30 days of live streaming. So first off, if you have not gone and signed up, the whole point of signing up, even though you're seeing them here, is that you are going to get the recordings to this. That means if you are in another country or you're busy or you can't make it to these live recordings, and you don't want to spend that extra time scrolling down and trying to find them, I am going to deliver you every recording, but you've got to sign up. Second thing that's really cool is that when you sign up, you're also going to get an opt-in freebie. So let's just get right down to it. First off, my name is Rachel Feldman, and I help health coaches to build signature sales funnels, businesses that are sustainable, and really help to always demystify this how to build a business. I also built my business with zero money. I always say this, it's really important for people to hear. Zero money in the pocket. And so that's really what I teach people, is that you don't need to have all this bling. You don't need to have, sick amount of money in your back pocket to get yourself out there and to build a business. There are tons of free tools. And it really comes down to this. You need to know your message. That is the one thing that helped me from day one and still to this day. I'm always crafting, always recrafting the message, always thinking about my niche. And so that's why today we're going to do a niche exercise. So bear with me as I just get my tripod stabilized. Okay, so right here, just want to make sure that you can see this. Let me just get some better light in here. There we go. Florida light's always really helpful. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but we're gonna go over niche. Now, I know this can feel confusing for a lot of people. You might think, niche, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. What is my elevator pitch? What am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to say it? Oh, it's backwards? Okay, bear with me. Okay, so hold on. Just gotta get my tripod working. Tell me if that works. Because we had this issue the other day. Is that working? All right, hopefully this is working and you'll let me know. But I am gonna just go through with our niche exercise. So this can be really easy, guys. Again, remember, this can sometimes feel really confusing. People get so overwhelmed with this whole niche exercise. Let me just see if it's working. Yay, it's working. Okay, finally my tripod arrived. I'll actually show you. If you, this is just a side note because I've tried a few tripods and they are not good. This one is the Claw. You can find it, right? You can see all these cool things that it does. It comes with a neat little travel bag. So if you are in the market for a tripod, this one was like under $20 and I love it. Okay, so let me just make sure that you can see my board properly. Okay, so niche exercise. I want to demystify. We're going to put exercise. And we will make this even brighter. Okay, a lot of people get really confused, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Right here are gonna be your pain points. So you can do this on your own whiteboard or you can do this in your journal. And I did say to you in the beginning of these live streams, and what I suggest over the next 30 days is get a journal so that you can be taking notes, because you're gonna look back at this and you're gonna say, oh wow, okay, this really made sense. I'm going to, start looking at my pain points, looking at my results, and then implementing them to your message. So for example, niche exercise, I want you to really think about, I always say this, your own story. Your own story is so relevant to your niche. Your niche are the people you serve. Some of you, if you think of this as a tree, let me just come right down here because I always think of this as a tree, this being the ground, this being the trunk, and then you have all these branches and stuff like that. This could be your niche. These are all your sub-niches. And you could have tons of sub-niches, all, as we discussed the other day when we talk about digestive wellness or autoimmune, there are tons of sub-niches from that. If we looked at digestion right here, a sub-niche could be food allergies. A sub-niche could be weight gain or weight loss or loss because of lack of assimilation. Digestion can also be that you're working with people, acne, because that's a big part of when you have digestive issues. This could also be, that you work specifically. So maybe the big part is digestion, but then you're focusing on the sub-niche of that. You're focusing specifically on working with people with bloating or moms who stress, because these are all parts, and then you start thinking about, okay, so who of that sub-niche? Are you working with, people in corporate world? Because there's a lot of stress to that. Are you working with, men and let's just say exercise? Because when you're doing a lot of, and this is women as well, when you're doing a lot of exercising, you sometimes can get adrenal fatigue, and that's very common with athletes. It's very common to see those bags under the eyes. Adrenal fatigue, when there's adrenal fatigue, per the work of Dr. Lamb, and I'm just going to write his name here for you, you're going to see decreased hydrochloric acid, which is essential for breaking down proteins in the body, and that is just the relationship that happens. Poor or weak adrenals, which can also happen from digestive issues that come from viral, parasitic, candida. And now all of these, though, happen because of what? Toxins or poor liver function, gallbladder function. Even, many of you know I've interviewed Ann Louise Gittleman, Reed Davis, many people that I highly respect, and we've talked about all these different issues. So this is your tree. Always think of your niche and then think of your sub-niche and then think of the very messages that those different people in those who are having those different issues need to hear. So when you think about your niche, follow one simple exercise. First, what does this community need? You're always asking that to yourself. So you're asking, what does this community need from me? So whether it's a program, an opt-in freebie, a challenge, anything that you're doing, you want to go back and always ask, what do they need? Sometimes you really need to test this, whether it's on Facebook or put out an opt-in freebie to see what is the response to that. And then you say, oh, wow, that response to that was really great. Okay, this is a key factor, an indicator that this is what people really want. So let's just let me see who is on here, if anybody wants to actually suggest. Let's just take a niche, for example, of weight gain, or we can do digestion as well. So the pain points are that, gaining weight, and the diet doesn't work. That's often one pain. I hear that all the time. Somebody will say, I've been on a diet, it's not working, I don't know what to do. The other is, uncomfortable going out with friends or family. You know, when we're talking about weight gain, you often see a lack of energy. So they're tired. You also see another thing, frustration. You also see another, which is confusion. Confusion on, I don't understand. What diet do I do? Why is this not working? Why did it work at one point in my life? So we have gaining weight and the diet doesn't work. Uncomfortable, lack of energy, frustration, confusion. I think another one is, again, you know, mindset. Like, it's self-worth. You know, it's really like lack, and it's not the person not wanting to do it, it's lack of self-love, as we always know. So then it's always food, as we know, plus mindset equals change. I mean, this is the key ingredient, but it's always, okay, so how do we take the pain points over to the results? So then when we're looking at our results, we're really saying to somebody, okay, for you to be able to get from here, what am I going to give you? Well, give a step-by-step plan that does not conform to any one diet. And you can even outline that. So if you say, you know, I work with men and women who are suffering with weight gain, and I help them to let go of the yo-yo dieting with a step-by-step plan that helps them to get rid of sugar cravings, lose weight naturally. Really define for your people what that process is going to be. So it's not just saying, I work with people to have more energy. It's like, tell them exactly what is that process going to be. So then I'm comfortable going out and with family and friends. So what is that message? The message is, I help people, or I help men and women to learn a simple strategy for losing weight with X plan. And the reason I say X plan is it's what we talked about yesterday. People are so result driven. And so when you just say, I help people to balance, that doesn't really mean anything. You want to really take that further out. I help people for losing weight, so I give you tips and strategies for eating at cocktail parties. I help you to learn how to navigate a menu when you're eating out. I help you to get comfortable with your body as you're going through this process of change to avoid frustration. I help you to, and this is to debunk the myth that one diet works. And teach you how to figure out your own blueprint. So it's a blueprint. And why is that important? Because what you're saying to somebody is this. You're saying, I'm not just going to treat you like everyone else. There are trillions of books. I have about 200 books in my home. They all say different information. So the best thing that you can do right here with the confusion is, well, I saw this. Is paleo right for me? Is grain-free right for me? Is carb cycling right for me? It's like, these are all the questions we get. And it's like, no, actually, I'm going to teach you this. The solution and the result and the reason that you specifically want to work with me is I'm not going to tell you that there is this one size fits all. I'm not going to tell you that you should be vegan or raw or vegetarian or this. I'm going to teach you how to learn what foods are actually right for you, how to know what energizes you and what depletes you. Then we get into the mindset, the self-worth. So result, teaching you strategies when you feel or desire to binge or overeat or stress eat. Now this is a big one, guys, because I think this is where the majority of the world is, right here in this stressed eat factor. So what you're saying to somebody is you're going through all the different pain points. And again, I encourage you, this could be 50 of them. And you're then aligning a message and a result to each. Because what you want to say to somebody is at the end of doing this, you can then, whether it's a strategy session, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a teleclass, whether it's an event, you are specifically saying to somebody, my name is Rachel Feldman. I help men and women to naturally lose weight through the power of cleansing their body naturally, learning what foods will give you energy instead of depleting you, and how to ditch the dogma of what is the right food or what is the most trending foods. I teach you a system and a blueprint so you have strategies for a lifetime, no matter whether you're traveling, whether you're at work, whether you work 12 hours a day or you're a stay-at-home mom. I am your girl. I have been there. I know what it's like to be busy, and that is how I'm going to help you so that you have strategies for a lifetime. So you're really speaking, and as you saw, I kind of brought in a little of what I talked about that other day. The other day is that backstory to help you specifically know, okay, I need to bring that in so that the person who is going to hire me is really satisfied. And that you've touched on each of these different components that are essential to a person wanting to hire you. Sorry, I was just blocking that. Okay, now what we are going to do right now is I'm actually going to flip you around here. And we're going to go through this exercise. So I want you to think very clearly about who is your niche. I want you to then ask yourself, okay, who is my specific target market and why? Why would they want to hire me? What is unique about my story? Why do I need to be the one who is working with this specific person? So I want you to describe your ideal client. Your ideal client is often the person who's very similar to you. So again, think about your ideal client. What are they doing? What are they struggling with? Are they waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Are they losing their hair? Do they feel tired? Then I want you to narrow down that market even more. Again, get niche specific. You can even dive into your sub-niches. Then ask yourself, okay, so for these people, what am I offering? I'm just going to flip this around for a second. I want you to think about what you are offering. Are you offering a challenge? Are you offering an opt-in freebie for these people? Are you offering a video series? Are you offering a program that they can come in, like a do-it-yourself program, so that they get support from you in a closed forum, they get used to you, they get to know you, and how can you really serve them? If there's people who are like, I need to learn how to eat on the go, I'm so busy, great. Then run a challenge for really busy people, because then if that's your niche, you want to be supporting them specifically with a targeted challenge. Or how do I batch cook so that my life is easy? I don't know one person these days, and I talk to tons of parents who don't have kids in sports, kids in after school, kids in tutor. By the time dinner comes, they're exhausted. So great, teach somebody how to batch cook, or have a batch cook challenge or a freebie on that. Or again, as we said, with handouts. So then I want you to think, okay, for my niche, Am I speaking to the very people that I need to speak to and delivering to them what they really need from me so that they can do what? Hire you. So they can do what? Sign up for your free challenges. So they can do what? Know that you are the authority in that area. Now, again, if we think about our sales funnels we've been talking about, each part of these can be different messages. And this is where I really encourage you to test on Facebook and really see what are those different messages. I really encourage you, as I even said, in the opt-in freebie challenge that I hope you all did, to look at your opt-in freebies, but the message even before your opt-in freebie. What is it saying? Is it speaking to your niche? So in that one exercise of taking our pain points and taking our results, you are able to see very clearly, okay, within my niche, what are they dealing with and how can I serve them? So that when you have a strategy call, when you're doing an event, when you're doing a webinar, when you're trying to convert somebody from a free challenge to a paid program, you actually can say to them, I take you step by step through this process because you know those pain points already. You've mapped them out. You've thought of them and you know what results you can offer. So with that being said, your homework for today is to, in your journal, do what we did on the whiteboard. I want you to have pain points and results. I want you to also, if you want to take it a step further, to think about the message. What message needs to be said? What needs to be said when you're actually saying, who do you work with? So if somebody said to you today, who do you work with? Would you be able to say it in 2 lines? Then I want you to think about what message is coming off on your social media or in your newsletters or the very things that you do, because if it's not consistent with your branding or not consistent with who you are, there's going to be confusion. So we are going to wrap up why the niche exercise. If you missed the other days, just go to the thank you page when you originally signed up and you will see a Google form that has all the different videos so far. And then you can join tomorrow. I know it's the weekend, but join tomorrow at 9 o'clock. It probably will be post-run for me, so my face will be a little red, but this stuff is so important. If we don't know our niche, if we don't have a healthy sales funnel, if we don't know our niche and their pain points, really difficult to do what? Sell programs, get clients, convert clients, all of that stuff that we hear about. So this is it, guys. I look forward to seeing any questions you have below. Just pop them in and have an awesome, awesome weekend. All right, guys, see you soon. And again, don't forget to sign up for the webinar we're doing on the 17th. It's the kickoff of the Winter Done For You programs. There is a brand new 6-week sugar program. It is amazing. We also revamped the essential oil program. We, of course, redid the detox program. But when you sign up, the reason I want you to is you get 5 handouts and 5 videos that walk you step by step through the sales funnel. And this is so, I can't tell you how important this is. And I also show you a different new kind of sales funnel that I really believe every coach needs to have for success. All right, guys, so it's been great to be with you. If you have any questions, you can always reach me through my site at www.rachelswellness.com. I will see you soon. Have an epic one.